Hello, everyone. My name is Bill Johnson, managing partner at Computer Garage LLC. Earlier this week, we had implemented a policy to help contain and control and prevent the spread of the COVID-19 virus. And so we put up this little table with a nice little notice there. Basically, you come into the store, first thing you do is, of course, you lay your table or your computer down on the table and you sanitize your hand. As you can see in the photo, sanitary wipes and hand gel is provided. Once your hands are clean, the next thing you do is wipe down your computer for us. It's not that we don't trust you, we just don't know where you've been, and you could have picked up the virus anywhere. So the idea with the additional table and wiping down the computers and that is to help control and contain the spread of the virus as it comes to our area. So someone pointed out a wonderful question, and it was something I had not thought of before when we developed our plan on how to prevent and control and contain. Um, Someone had asked that if it come to the area and if we were to be infected, um, what would we do? Well, like so many other people in our area, we can't be without an income for 14 days. It's just not going to happen. We can't shut down the store for that long. We would virtually go under. Yeah, we have some lines of credits lined up, as previously discussed in our sustained crisis planning. So, I mean, we can go for an extended period of time. But in honesty, and I think this is true for almost many small business owners in the area, you're just not going to be able to shut down for 14 days. Um, your personal budgets and your small businesses budgets, they're just too small. To be down for 14 days is basically a death sentence. So, what are we going to do if we contract it, um, the COVID 19 virus, if we contract it and we have to isolate? Obviously, we have a problem. We have a solution now. Thanks to someone bringing this to my attention, I've got an idea. If you visited our store in Clyde, you kind of know how it's laid out. If you have never been here, upon entering the front door, you will see that there is a barricade kind of in the front. Um, we needed shelvings, and that was the most convenient spot to put the shelving. And so, this is what has happened: is we unintentionally created this doorway, I guess would be the best way to describe it. So you come in through the main door and you walk through this little passageway here to the front desk, or the front counter. So what we would probably end up doing is taking this um, area here and doing what drive-throughs do. We're going to make a drive-through window, more or less, or however you want to call it. But that's what we'll do, and I jokingly called it an airlock because that's what we'll end up doing probably. So this is from the inside, from our counter to the door, and you can see how the shelving is. So yeah, in this little 2 foot area here, we could actually put a I don't want to call it an airlock because an airlock is airtight. But we could put a divider in here that separates us from you. And we can put some plexiglass in there and a shelf in there, and both sides open up. And so, probably what we would end up doing is putting a window in there, and you would place your computer in there. You again sanitize your hands, wipe down your computer, fill out the form, close your side. We will then open up our side, and bring your computer in and do what we need to do to it to fix it. Um, and and then the reverse would happen, if you were picking up your computer. We would take it off the shelf. We would place it in the airlock, and wipe it down, clean it up, make sure our hands are sanitized and that, so we're not spreading it. And then you could pick it up. This is going to be our plan for what if. There's always you should always have a plan. Um, and sometimes people provide you with, you know, what if, and you hadn't thought about it. So this is going to be what we're going to do is we're going to take this section here. Um, if we should ever become sick or infected with the COVID-19 virus, this is going to be how we stay operational and still continue to provide you the services you need, even though we can't be there in front of you. Um, and then, of course, we will leave our remote software on there so we can assist you when you're at home. Now, what are we going to do if we do end up being infected and on isolation? Obviously, we can't go out to the public. So, in home service and on site services in person are absolutely going to be forbidden. Um, so, there's no way that we would be able to come to you. I do have a person who is a part of DoorDash Network or Instacart Network. I can't remember which one, or maybe he's got both of them. I don't know. So, if it became a point of you can't get out, I can't get out, but you need your computer fixed, we could probably contact a couple of different people. And the instructions would be simply this: disconnect your computer. If it's a laptop, we need your power cord. If it's a desktop, we need your power cord. If it's special and unique, if it's not special and unique, if it's just a normal old desktop, without a brick, then I don't need it. So, what you would probably end up doing is disconnecting your computer, placing it, scheduling a time, placing it outside your door. And I would kind of let you know who's coming and what kind of vehicle they're driving, so you're watching for them. So you would place it outside your door, and then our person would pick it up and bring it to us. And of course, they would do the same thing when they got to us. They would come in through the front door and put it through the airlock system. We'll take care of it, and then we would do it in reverse back to you. Um, we would put it in the airlock. Our pickup person would pick it up and bring it to your home, leave it at your front door, and then unfortunately you would have to hook it up yourself. And of course, remote software would be installed there, so we can help you once you got it up and running. Um, but that's probably going to be the only way we could continue to operate while being in isolation. That's just no other way to do it. And our environment here, ironically, is better suited for isolation because in general there's only me and June here. And so this would be probably for 14 days. I don't want to say would be our home, but most likely it would, unless, you know, it's isolation, it's quarantine. Um, Ironically, this is going to be the best place for us to hide out for 14 days if we had to, you know, um, because obviously at home we have other people to contend with. And so we wouldn't want to infect them. Um, and so, like I said, in that case, this would probably be the best place for us to be until quarantine was lifted or isolation was lifted and we were fine. Um, that would just my thoughts and opinions. I hate to be here for that long. Um, I'm sure it'll drive me nuts. I'm used to going home every night. Same with you, although sometimes she gets home late. Um, but that's just how it would be. And again, just for safety, keeping the business going, making an income, providing services for you while still being in isolation. Um, yeah, it can be done for our business. I can't say for anyone else um, because you have to look at customer controls and so on and so forth. How do you mitigate or how do you mitigate those situations? And this for us would probably be how we would do it. Again, putting an airlock in it just makes sense. There's no other way to do it. But other businesses, I don't know how they would do it. They're too open, and I hate to say that, but you know they're more retail, and so their spaces are open because they have to be. Um, so this is how we plan to do it. I hope that's provided you some insight. Hopefully, you have heeded to my Facebook warnings 2 and 3 weeks ago about getting your supplies in advance because, as we have seen, panic buying has already set in. Even in the little town of Clyde, it has a population of 5,000. Last time I went to Dollar General, there was virtually no bleach and all the hand sanitizer was gone. So hopefully you had took my advice from 2 weeks ago and got your stock um, before this crisis began. So, anyways, have any questions? You know how to get a hold of me. Number is on the screen. You can leave a comment. Um, in fact, if you found this a little bit humorous or insightful or never thought about that, hit that like button so I know. Subscribe if you think that's worthy of your cause. I try to put them out as often as I can, but unfortunately, I'm really the only person who does the videos for the store. So, again, leave your comments, likes, dislikes, comments, and we'll see you another time. Thanks. Have a great day.